Ladies and gentlemen, we are here. RGT episode 41. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? How you guys doing tonight? Thank you guys so much for joining us. Yes, you already know what time it is. We got to go over all this latest news, the rumors, etc., etc. For all y'all that's already here, hit that like button, tweet it out. Let's go ahead and get it, and let's have a good show. I'm here with the fellas as usual. Got one particular one who's running a little late, but she'll definitely be here in a few minutes. I'm going to let everybody get their intros out there, and we shall start. All right. First up, go right ahead. Foxy Games UK.
Oh, it's like that. Okay, straight in
Yes,
the
like
deep end.
that.
All right, it's Foxy Games UK here. You know the deal. Play games in our corporation. Subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Twitter, FoxyGames_UK. Hope everybody's enjoying the lead up to the holidays. Plenty of games to play. No excuses. So if you haven't beat those games, haven't got those achievements, those trophies, now's the time to do it. Ignore the family. Let them watch those crummy Christmas movies.
Absolutely. Great Harris.
Hey, thanks for having me. Glad to be here. Shout out to everybody that watched the smoke stream last weekend. Thanks for everybody that joined. And yeah, happy to have a good one here. And I'm just trying to figure out something. I'll ask you all later on.
All right. Mets.
Hey everybody. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Shout out to the panel. Happy holidays, everybody. Follow me on Twitter. You already know the real meds _ announcement real quick. Starting 2019, I'm going to be a permanent panelist on the Planet Xbox podcast hosted by Carlos's eternal nemesis, Kid Smooth. So tune into that if you want to see me on there. And I just copped the Xbox as well. It's pretty nice. It's
That comment section is going to be legendary. That's all.
pretty
I got.
nice. I'm not going to lie. 4K, whatever. But yeah, let's get it.
All right. Carlos, go ahead, my brother.
Hey man, as always, as usual, Friday night, 5 p.m. Real Gamer Talk, episode 41, and it's your gamer by choice, not by trend, Carlos Fernandez. And hey, I do not hate anybody or dislike anybody that likes Xbox. To each their own. All I care about is gaming. Let's go.
Without a doubt. Let's go ahead and begin. Everybody, hope you guys enjoy the show. Let's start off with a good topic. This is actually good news for Xbox users. They finally got their game. It's officially getting ready to be released. Crackdown 3. What you guys thought about the single player, what we saw, and from IGN?
I didn't see it.
You didn't see it?
My Scarlet will be here next week. So it should be ready to go. So I'll look at it then, and I'll see what I'm getting.
Okay. What you thought about it, Fox? I know you saw it, the new gameplay.
I think they've improved it dramatically. I think they did the right thing delaying the game because, let's be honest, it didn't have the greatest of shows. They had two ladies playing the game and they really weren't gamers. So that wasn't very good for the demo. Yeah, it looks good. It looks like it's coming together. Is it going to be an amazing game in 2019? That's still to be determined, but it does look improved. So my interest is piqued.
Yeah, I think I'm a little I have a tiny gripe with it, and that's just the destructibility. They kind of toned it down a tad with the destructibility, but other than that, I mean, it's just, I guess it looks exactly the way they advertised it. No real big difference there. It does look, as is. So,
are you talking about the single player trailer?
Yeah, no, the actual gameplay. It was that on IGN. They posted that.
Yeah, that was single player campaign. That doesn't have destructible background.
Oh, it doesn't.
Yeah, it's multiplayer only.
Oh, okay. Well, that explains it. Then. Okay, well, there you go. No, right.
I don't think it looks very good, honestly. Like as a newly minted Xbox, I am not optimistic.
You're not optimistic.
I am not optimistic.
Hey, okay. Matt say he didn't like it. What you think, Carlos?
First and foremost, the game looks okay. The game, it is what it is. I'm not gonna, go into details and putting all the negatives. But my thing is with this is it's been 5 years, and let's see what happens in February. That's all I gotta say about that game, man.
Black History Month. I'll be busy.
There you go.
Historically,
he says Sony will be at PAX South next month.
Can I just add, historically, right? It's got everything going against it. It's been delayed more times than you want to mention. It's a game that's been in development for over 4 years now.
Yeah.
So historically, it should come out as a completely stinking turkey. But saying that, I want to be optimistic and say that it could end up being a very good game as well. So that's the thing. We don't know until it drops. I mean, IGN, they only showed you a very controlled trailer. It seems like it came directly from the developer. It wasn't like raw gameplay IGN were playing.
Okay.
And that's where my biggest concern. Sorry to interrupt. That's where my biggest concern is at with the game. It was too controlled for my taste. Like I really wanted to see, if you're gonna show me something that's not just a little bit of snippets of doing this, the menus. No, show me raw performance for the game. At least a 5-minute clip. That
Absolutely.
would have done it for me. That would really sold me on the game, but I'm very skeptical with it. Very skeptical.
It does look improved though. You got to
No,
give
it does. It does. Don't get me wrong. It looks a whole lot more better than what it did than the 2017 show off. But there are things that people try to cover up before the release dates, and they try to make it look nice and pretty before the release date, before they release the game. So I'm taking baby steps towards this game once it's released.
Yeah, but Terry Crews is my guy. So
most
you know he's gonna, even if it's a bad game, his part is gonna be funny at least.
Supposedly the game has gone gold already. They said that a while ago, and they just kept polishing it. I don't know about that, because if this is what you got and that's gold, I don't know about this game, Chief.
But you know what? There's no risk, is there? If you get Game Pass, if it's a stinker, hey, delete it, play something else.
Yeah, it's probably like the only
facts.
legit saving a lot of slander. If it is bad, is the Game Pass. I mean, $10. You can't really complain for $10.
Sure. It's a good point.
Yeah, that's their whole cop out right there. Nancy joined us. What's up? How you doing?
Oh, hey, Nancy.
I'm doing good. I was just letting you finish talk. Sorry, my computer was doing some stupid update. I don't know what it was, and I couldn't do shit with it. Made me mad.
You need a new computer.
Nancy.
You need to upgrade it.
Yeah.
Upgrade that.
Yeah, I know. I need a new mic too.
No, you actually sound good. I ain't gonna lie. You sound better than your mic.
Better than what? Okay. I don't know. Maybe it's just the day. I don't know.
Okay.
I still want to back up anyway, though. Just in case.
Yeah, true. Doesn't hurt to have that. Oh, Lord. Craig, I saw this tweet on Twitter, and I know you went and had a field day with this. This information blew up, but it's true. Halo Infinite will treat PC as first-class citizens, ladies and gentlemen.
Brutal.
They're really pushing PC hard with the new Halo Infinite. They just confirmed it.
End of the road. End of the road.
They have confirmed that PC is their top
an
priority
Xbox.
with the game. And this is an Xbox exclusive, by the way. So they're
Not
actually
anymore. Not
It's a
anymore.
Windows, isn't it? A Windows exclusive.
It's a Windows.
It's a Windows,
Yeah, that's crazy though. Because they got new consoles coming out, and they're they still got the X on the market. You would think that their top priority will be at least to push the X a little bit more, and then wait for the next one, and then do what they have to do for the X, or for the new X. But
well, that's not their priority.
That's
It's
clearly
their
not their
black and white.
priority. Yeah.
I don't feel sorry for them. This is the scene in the Terminator 2, when he drives that stake through him and all that electricity. This is
pretty much it.
This is the last game they had. And again, when I think, and I'm a Halo fan, when I think of Halo, I think of Xbox. Now to sit up here and have to see an article, and shout out to King's Blood, because he's the one that got it out there first. To see an article that clearly says, if you have an Xbox X or S, you're a second-class citizen on this game.
Yeah,
period. So
insane.
get the F out of here. I'm done. I mean, to me, buying the console at this point for me is moot. It's moot. It's just no reason to have it.
Craig, let me just chime in let me piggyback off what you just said. But it's just playing devil's advocate here, and I am no fan of the devil, believe me. But here's the thing, right? Isn't that the case with every Xbox game that releases on PC, that the PC version is always going to be the better version?
Well, yes, but this is
got a
in
point.
your face, Box. This was like them just slapping you in your face.
This
I mean,
they're
that's
like
just
they
my
never
opinion.
advertised. I guess we saying Foz. They never like legit advertised like the
Yeah,
best
they put it
experience will
out
be
there.
PC. Yeah,
F you.
I mean, the
F
thing is
you.
that
So
everybody knows that's a fact anyway, though.
well,
that is
but
true
it
though. I mean, yeah, you
hasn't,
got a
you're
point.
right, but again, is it in your face like this? Clearly, the
Yeah.
build you see, if you want to see anything similar to that, and I know it was just that little bitty walkthrough they did.
Right.
If you want to see anything similar to that, that will be on a PC. Now, I don't know what they showed it on. I mean, it could have been an i7 and 1080 Ti that build was on. Who knows? But all I know is that they smacked them in the face, and this was the last game Xbox had that was iffy. Because Sunset.
I wouldn't say they slapped him in the face. Slapping him in the face would be showing off the new ray tracing 2080 cards, in 2020.
Well, I mean, they may have ray tracing on this game, Ryan. They may have ray tracing on this game.
Craig, imagine you have your own company, right? And you have two platforms. One's called Windows, one's called Xbox, right? And Windows is clearly going to be the better version. Which one are you promoting?
Well,
the better version.
I think two things happen. The fact that it's going to look better, I'm with. The fact that they just so blatantly came out and confirmed that this game will be on PC. That was just brutal how they did it. Oh, yeah, well, this game will be on. That was the brutal part. The fact that it's going to, Meds is right. You guys are right. Will it look and run better? Absolutely. You're right. Take that to the side. The smack in the face is, oh, this game will be on PC. That's it. I mean, the way they did it was brutal. It's like I said, they just shoved the stake. The electricity comes out. Somebody would really have to explain to me if you have a PC, and I don't care if you have a 480 and an i5, this game will run better on that.
Okay.
And that's so it's just so for me it's disappointing, but it's a smack in the face. It's but what can you do?
Okay. I tell you, the Anaconda jokes are nonstop when it comes to the Xbox community. Juan Snow, a shout out to you for the super chat. He said PS5 code name Ice Cube and J-Lo, LOL. Anaconda don't stand a chance.
Oh my god.
The jokes are nonstop for that. I guess we can jump in there. So you brought that up. Microsoft's code name for the next gen Xbox is indeed Anaconda. However, they do have a few other code names for their products. Now, you got to take this with a massive grain of salt. This is not necessarily coming from Microsoft in general. This is coming from a YouTuber who did leak the names of Anaconda, and he was right. But definitely take everything else he says with a grain of salt, okay? I wouldn't say cling on to every single word he says, but according to him, Microsoft is going to have 4 consoles launching from 2019 to 2020. So you're going to have 4. You're going to have 2 particular slim models. One's going to be a model that's kind of made just for, on a cheaper end for them. Kind of like what Sony did with the PS3 later down the road, where they went from like that original metal, like shiny look with the first one, and then it went with the true plastic. They're going to go down that route with one particular model to reduce manufacturing costs. The other one is legit going to be a diskless Xbox One S, something like that. That's going to be focused on xCloud. And we actually got context to that a while back where they actually did advertise they were going to have a diskless Xbox One. So there's that one. And then, of course, you have the Xbox Scarlet, which is going to be the real big, beefy console. And then you'll have an actual streaming one for that. That's a lot of consoles.
That's actually too many consoles.
That's
They're not even
announcing
games.
Yes.
I mean, they're not even announcing games, but they're announcing like 30 consoles. Come on, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, and according to what he said too, Scarlet is actually just the whole not necessarily the algorithm, but the way they're going about it in general, like in terms of their business model. Scarlet's part of the business model where they're all going to be connected in a sort of way and play a role in the market. You know what I'm saying?
So you mean Scarlet is the umbrella, right? And everything underneath.
There you go. It's the umbrella. Thank you.
Different Xbox.
Yeah. And according to these Anaconda, the Anaconda is obviously going to be the big trademark one that they're going to focus in terms of like the big, powerhouse. But Maverick might end up being the actual one that they actually advertise the most, because that's supposedly going to be the cheaper option for consumers. Do I believe this to be true? Again, it's all speculation, but a lot of people are hinting that Microsoft could have the more powerful console yet again next generation. And we already saw what happened with power. We already saw, you know what I'm saying? You can have all the power in the world. You still need the talent at the end of the day.
You
and
just
hopefully
took the words right out
Microsoft
of my
learns
mouth. I
that.
was about to say the same thing. You can have all the power you want, but if you ain't got nothing to go with it,
Mm.
what's good? What's good? How good is the power? It's not. It's useless.
And get this, bodybuilders are more powerful than skinny, weedy people, but you can outrun a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Not all.
Well, I just don't. I really hope that. I mean, I don't know. I don't believe a whole lot of it. It's
Right.
just when Microsoft comes out, they'll have no problem announcing what they're doing and how they're doing it. I just think that we're getting to a point where it won't matter which console's more powerful if they're both going to do the same things. They'll
Right.
just do them differently. They'll have different processes, but they will do mostly about 80% of the same thing. Just the Xbox, if it is more powerful, once you hit 4K and 60, that's it. I mean, as far as not unless you have 4K open frame, which I guess is possible, but
Right.
just have to wait and see. So I'm happy to wait and see. Like I said, it won't matter to me because I'll be getting it whatever they got. I'm getting it on the PC.
Yeah,
So,
there's Sony, like there's a chance that Sony might follow them. But before I get into that, what y'all think about? I want to get everybody's opinion on that. Nancy, what you think about that? I'll start with you.
About what?
About the whole 4 consoles from Microsoft. What you think about that?
Like I just said, until you talk to people about games, I mean, you should be worried more about the software than the hardware end of it right now. That's
Right.
That's why you lost this gen, because you had the hardware, but you had no software. You didn't have the games. So there's where the issue is. And until they announce that,
facts.
I think it's a joke right now. To me, I think it's a joke right now because they're not, like I said, they're not talking about games once again. They're talking about, I want to have the most powerful console. I want to have a streaming system. Well, that's fine. I don't have no issues with that. But what type of games are you going to have? You're not announcing any games except the same ones that you've had in the past.
Right.
So to me, I think it's, discussing it's really a moot point until they really start coming out and talking about what kind of games they're going to have for it.
Okay. Absolutely. Meds, what you think?
I mean, honestly, I don't know, bro. They don't really care about consoles, bro.
What you button mashing in the background? You playing something?
Playing UFC right now.
Oh, okay. Don't wonder. Don't wonder.
They don't care about that though. I'm playing on Xbox too. But they just try and sell software and make profit. You know what I'm saying? Like they give up the console war. They don't care.
No, all right. Foxy, think about it.
Well, look, is 4 consoles, 2 consoles too many?
Right.
Probably, but it won't affect me because I won't be buying not one of those Xboxes anyway. So I don't care. I'm buying PC and playing Xbox games there.
Okay.
Hello, Halo Infinite.
Yes, I'm saying we're going to love it.
Thanks.
I mean, I can't wait to see Master Chief and Cortana again because I'm a big fan of the Halo world, but I'm a sci-fi guy, so I really enjoy that world.
I don't know why you just don't call it your podcast a Mass Effect podcast. I'm just saying.
Well, I'll squeeze that in anytime. Anything I can throw into Mass Effect, I will. But I agree with Fox. I don't end what Titanfall Princess said. And Princess, again, thank you so much. I've been playing the new DLC, and thank you so much.
No problem.
Thanks. I just don't know what else to say. I mean, when I saw that, what I saw, and I hope it does well. Let me make that clear. I'm not gonna piss on the Xbox. I had a great time on the 360. It's my favorite console, but my day on that is over. I'm literally waiting on my motherboard to come Sunday so I can go up to the shop and get that in and go. He should be done with it on the 28th or 29th.
Oh, you're not putting it together yourself? You having somebody else do it for you?
Oh man, you should have. I had about 1,000 screws there, and there were no. I had no idea where to put them.
You're talking to somebody who can walk you through it. I mean, I could have done the street. Well, you had to put it together.
Well, that was the wrong screw set. But with that said,
I could have put my shit together in front of you. I mean,
but the CPU I did all by myself and onto the motherboard. I thought that was going to be hard, but that was easy.
That's the easiest thing to install. I mean, all of this is just lining up the arrow with the arrow.
No, that's that small piece, and if you do it wrong, it's not going to turn on and work right. So,
you can't.
But with that said, I hope Xbox does what it needs to do. If they're going to go with a 4-pronged attack, I agree with what Nancy said was 100% important. What I've seen online has been nothing but talk about hardware, nothing about software, nothing. I mean, we're 100 days away from MLB The Show. We're about 120 days away from Days Gone, give or take. And I'd rather talk about software. And I know Crackdown's coming before people say, you didn't mention Crackdown. Yes, Crackdown is coming. Metro's coming. Anthem, if you're interested. I'm not seeing a whole lot about that from the Xbox community. I'm seeing a bunch of hardware talk and Scarlet and what the power is going to be. And like Nancy put out, she's right. It won't matter because they're going to both do the same thing. It's just, do you want to rock with Naughty Dog and Gorilla or Obsidian and Ninja Theory? I mean, you're going to make your choice based on that at this point. So,
okay.
Let me just add.
Shout out
if you're going to do 4 consoles, right? Sorry to cut you there. If you're going to do 4 consoles, like the smart thing for Microsoft to do is release 2 good consoles, one affordable, one premium. Wait 3 years, wait 3 years, and then release another 2. But don't do 4 in a space of 2 years. That's just silly.
Right. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, exactly. That was their plan. Supposedly in this, Maverick's supposed to be the cheaper option for the more mainstream, and the Anaconda is going to be the more premium based one. Tell you the truth, if you're going to release 4 within 2 years, that's just going in the realm of Steam machines. If we're going to have that many consoles on the market,
it's a lot of prices that they're even going to do that. It's just crazy they're even going to do that. I mean, 4 consoles at one time. Come on.
Yeah, I don't get that.
It just makes no sense.
It's a rumor, though, isn't it?
I know they want to just do, streaming boxes and all that. I mean, we've heard that already. But what are you going to stream? Because you're still not announcing games.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Actually, I know what they're going to stream. Netflix and Hulu.
I mean, ladies and gentlemen of the panel, ladies and gentlemen of the panel, let's put it this way: when you oversaturate,
what's up? Before you get to that, let me get to this because I've been waiting to get this out of the way. Shout out to Andrew Wilkins for the $5 super chat. This is obviously aimed towards Craig. He said, "What did I miss? Did Craig give out the false prediction of Gears and Halo being on PS5 yet?"
Not yet.
About you.
Not yet. It's coming though. Tell him, wait a minute. Go get your chicken sandwich, Andrew. I actually have a question on the panel for that. I'm really perplexed about something.
Another one. Shout out to Samuel here. He said, "Panel, do you believe Sony will devalue the PS5 before it even comes out with this job posting for PS Now that fanboys are going crazy over?" Now, that's actually one of our topics. We will most certainly go into that. Don't worry. Just stay tuned. We're definitely getting to that. But I appreciate that super chat. We'll definitely answer that. Everybody that's here, welcome. Hit that like button. Xbox 448. What's going on, brother? How you doing? Welcome. Everybody.
All right. So as I was stating before, when you oversaturate the market, right? When you do oversaturation, what do you do to the value of your product?
Sega.
Thank you very much. You devalue the purpose of the hardware to make any sales. It has been known in the testament of marketing time that when you oversaturate the market with too many of the same functioning peripherals, you lose profit. And that's where I see this whole 4 console charade going to. A big devaluing effect towards the Xbox brand itself.
I mean, no, I get it. Like, I get what they're doing. They're trying to get you ready for the service. Obviously, they're trying to do xCloud and get you in tune with the service. But if you're gonna do it, you gotta at least give them a little bit more time. A year is a little too fast, especially if that's true. If this rumor is true and they're actually gonna release 4, that's a little too quick. I mean, you can't release 1 saying that this is going to be strictly for streaming to the xCloud, and then you have not even 2 years later, but just 1 year later, and you have the actual console, the new one.
It's still a rumor, though, isn't it? It's still a
rumor.
We don't know.
That's why I said take it with a grain of salt. Yeah, That's why I said take it with a grain of salt. Because like I was okay, I'll give due props because he got it right with the Anaconda name. But when he started saying about 4 consoles in 2 years,
Yeah,
that's
I'll
when
wait
I
till
sat
mine.
back. I was okay. This is not where this conversation is going left. Like I'm not gonna.
Yeah, for me is this, man. For me, in my perspective of how I'm analyzing everything as I read stuff on Twitter and I go into the actual websites to view certain things, my whole outtake on this is the following. Either you do 2 boxes, 2 hardware peripherals, one, the Maverick, very affordable,
Maverick.
and yeah, Anaconda, high end. Because in reality, if we really base this on previous gen, then we have a base Xbox 360 and the Xbox 360 Elite.
Yeah.
Shouldn't that's the kind of thing that I'm looking at from that point of view, because let's remember, a lot of people couldn't afford the Elite because the Elite, it had everything. It had all the bells and whistles, higher hard drive space, better control.
Yep.
Oh.
Shout out to well, shout out, I already said shout out to him, but Xbox 448, he said they can do 2 SKUs and a stream box. Let's be real, people. They could, but the thing is that's kind of oversaturating the market. They already had the X on the market. You don't want to throw too many consoles out there.
X gonna give it to you. Gonna give it to you.
Yeah,
give it to you.
let's just let them do it. I mean,
So you just want them to do it. You just want them to throw it out there.
Well, yeah, I mean, look, no, just from building this whole PC thing, I've noticed that when you pull up these videos that you guys told me to go to, that you and Carlos were like, well, look at the performance videos. When I typed in this versus this, and I see 10 games, and 5 run better on this one a little bit, and then 5 more run better on the other one, it's kind of like you're getting a zero-sum game. The consoles are going to do the exact same thing. They'll just do it instead of taking 5 steps, like the Xbox may take 5 steps to get there, the PlayStation may take 3 steps, and vice versa. So, but they're both going to do the same thing. I don't know if you can saturate the market. Now, if Google gets into the market with their box, then you may have an oversaturated market at that point, because you're looking at a 4th or 5th box if Xbox does 5 boxes.
Craig.
Yes, sir.
Fox ain't talking about no boxes, 4 Xboxes. X gonna give it to you. Go give it to you.
It's like LeBron James, not 1, not 2, not 3. It's just let them do what they feel like they got to do, and let's see if it works. I have my doubts, but then again, I got to learn this master race lingo, MOBO, and the stuff like this that they talk. So I've got to learn that. So I hope it works out for them. Halo going to PC. If I was in the Xbox community, that broke my heart for that community, because that's the death.
No, that wouldn't break my heart. I wouldn't say that break my heart. What break my heart is just the wording that he said, saying that they're going to be treated like first class. That's breaking the heart. So
yeah, that's heartbreaking.
That's the only thing I think breaking the heart.
That's like you making.
You're already used to that. Yeah.
I mean, I'll never forget the days I played Halo on the Xbox, and it was a great experience. Now, it may be a great experience, but it's going to be second class. No matter what you do, it will be second class, and that's tough. I mean, I don't care who you are. That's like Ric Flair used to say, "I'm the best, number one." It's
been a weird generation, though. Like, no, you think about it, it really has been a weird generation. Like, it was first power, then it became games, then it became power, then it became quality. Like it shifted because Sony had the power advantage at the start, and it became about power, but also cheap price and all that. Then it slowly shifted to Microsoft with the X with power, and then all of a sudden it became about quality games, and then everything about that nature. Quality definitely was still on the helm there. With
Ryan, these guys will chase you down and argue with you. They think it was all about power.
You're talking to somebody who's known for over a year before he eventually left.
Now, I want to address something real quick in the chats, and it's to a pertainable individual, MTO Sniper. His following comment: there's a lot of biased people that prefer their plastic of choice, but it's pretty pathetic to keep dissing Microsoft. First of all, Wait. Let me get.
Okay. Hold on. No, we don't gotta attack nobody in the comments.
No, I'm not gonna attack. I'm just gonna put a little bit of enlightenment to the situation. First off, if Microsoft is not doing what it needs to do in order to provide the services and the actual content that is needed to keep people happy, then people are going to criticize it. That's customer choice 101. If the customer is not satisfied with the service of the product or the company, you're going to get a lot of people that are going to give their open opinions and criticisms towards the company. That's just how it works. If Microsoft cannot take constructive criticism from its fan or its fan base, then it wouldn't be in the console business in the first place. Those are just facts. All these companies are in the business of making consoles and home entertainment for that sole purpose, to get feedback from all of their consumers.
And let's not forget, Microsoft still managed to shift 1.3 million consoles in November with no games.
And we're about to get into that too, because they actually made a little bit more than just that too, in terms of like achievements. Twisted Sin.
Before you move on, I want to also address somebody in the chat, Sniper, because he's saying that when has it been about games? It's always been about games. If you look back, the most powerful consoles always lost. So it ain't always, you're talking power. If you buy a gaming console, it's for gaming.
Yeah.
And if you don't have the games, the power ain't nothing.
The OG
power's not
Xbox
nothing. It's always been
original.
about, look, they're saying that the Xbox now is more powerful than PlayStation 4, right? But who won the generation?
PS4.
There you go.
I mean, no, it's really a repeat of what happened with the PS2 gen. The original Xbox was powerful than the PS2, and the PS2 still dominated.
155 million to be exact.
I mean,
And when did
it's
anybody
always
up
been
here
about quality
diss-
games.
when did anybody up here diss Xbox? The fact that anybody would think that if you want to hear me diss Xbox, you just go to my podcast. You go to this morning.
Go to the Porch
this- I do that
podcast. You hear it all
on my
day.
podcast. I mean, I don't do that on other people's podcasts, but I would not diss the Xbox. I'm like, look, if I was on that and I woke up and I saw that article, a blatant in your face FU article, then I would be pissed. But I'm not pissed because, like Fox just said, hello, Halo Infinite on PC.
Right.
So this whole year, and what do the millennials say? I got receipts. We have pictures of what you guys put on Twitter about Halo never coming to PC. So if you want to do a bash session, just come over to my channel. We will provide you the receipts.
Oh,
and
God.
And get paid in full, baby.
You know what? Can I just say as well? I think
STFU,
I think we shouldn't
say. Go ahead.
I think we shouldn't conflate criticism with console bashing. It's okay to criticize certain practices, but that's different from console bashing. And I'm not going to console bash. I said already that I'm not going down that route anymore. I don't care. Every console to me has its purpose. I enjoy the Xbox for the races, the shooters. I prefer the controller for shooters because I get that feedback in the triggers. And I prefer PlayStation for those exclusive single-player games where I'm really engaged in deep narrative. And Nintendo's great for fun. Mario Kart, some nice cartoony graphics, nothing too serious. I can play it with my daughter. It's all good. So every console has benefits. It's just you got to stop identifying with the plastic. Just identify with the game you like. That's it.
There you go.
Love your games, man.
There you go.
Said Foxy, gamer by choice, not by trend. I game on whatever I want, how I want, and if I don't like it, I'm gonna express my disgust with whatever's being done not correctly.
There you go.
That's just how it is.
Shout out to Twisted Sin. This is basically Sega all over again. Back in the 90s, Sega Genesis, Sega CDs, Sega 3DX, and 32X, and Nomad. That's what you said.
I disagree. Because Sega went out of business and Xbox. I mean, look, Microsoft. I'm not gonna get it. Microsoft is not there yet with their brand. They walk out tomorrow or walk out Monday and say, "Hey, look, we're gonna sell Xbox to Oracle or Amazon." Then I'll be like, "Yeah, they may go the way of Sega," but I would pause on that because Sega did put out stuff. Microsoft, like Foxy Games said, it's a rumor. Nothing's out yet. So let's just wait till something comes out. That's all I'm saying.
Right. Was it hello from Portugal? How you doing, Meg? Welcome. What's up, Trey?
Portugal. Hey,
Everybody in the chat, how y'all doing? Hope you guys
That Bear
enjoying
Hugger in the chat.
yourselves.
Bear Hugger. Can I just read Bear Hugger's comment? What's up, Bear
Go
Hugger?
Go ahead.
Bear Hugger said, "Fatal charade to everybody else. If the Xbox division was a corporation in of itself, it would have went out. It would have gone out of business a long time ago." You know, he's got a point. If Microsoft had nothing going on by Xbox, it would have died ages ago.
Yeah,
I agree. Because they lost,
shout
they're
out
still
to,
losing money. They get subsidized. Phil Spencer said each console they sell, they get subsidized for. I.e., subsidized means tax write-off. They just write it off.
Hey, I appreciate
That's kind of
that.
the same with
like
Sony
real
as well,
talk.
don't it?
Appreciate that.
Because during the PS3 era, if they only had the PS3, Sony would have gone under. Same
Yeah.
thing.
would attack 3 horribly. But I mean, at the end of the day, these companies, they'll take risk and they'll take, anything that they can actually analyze, right? In
Mhm.
terms of profit, in terms of market share, in terms of attach rates, in terms of anything that is something that they can practically take and
Mhm.
use to draw attention to the company. They will find ways to attract attention, and they will find ways to outreach a certain demographic of people that will really want to invest into their company. That is something that all companies do, no matter how bad or how good they do in the long run.
Yeah, for sure. Let me scroll down here 1 second. MTL Sniper, I appreciate that, brother. I do appreciate that. Thank you. Everybody that's up in here, over 130 people, hit that like button if you guys are enjoying yourselves. Let's shift this towards Sony real quick. Turns out Sony inadvertently revealed the player counts for nearly every PS4 game. The highest played games on the PS4 as of right now, and I
Dragon
quote,
Dragon Quest 11.
let's go over it. Sitting at number 1 with the amount of players of 51 million people playing. That's Grand Theft Auto 5.
God damn.
FIFA 18 is sitting at 32 million people playing. FIFA 17, 30 million. FIFA 16, 28 million. Minecraft, 25 million. Call of Duty World War II, 24 million. Rocket League, 22 million. FIFA 15, 19 million. Mortal Kombat X is sitting at 16 million. Fortnite, 16 million. Now, this one shocked me right here. I didn't even think people were still playing this game, but they actually still are. The Last of Us Remastered is sitting at 15 million people playing it.
Wow.
Online, the online mode,
Online.
or
Online.
just oh wow.
And the last one is Rainbow Six Siege, sitting at 15 million. And I'm going to show this to everybody on screen so you guys can see it for yourself.
Holy crap.
That is a lot of
Wow.
I thought that us Sony people didn't play multiplayer games.
Well, again, we
51
know they're a
million.
bunch of liars. I mean, they were so worried about Phil Spencer walking out on that stage and putting his hands in his pants and say, "We ain't got nothing." That they're just happy that they invested in studios. You got some moist fruit booty saying, "We ain't got no games, but we got investment in studios, therefore we won 2018." I mean, come on. Just get that out of here.
Mortal Kombat, right? A game that came out nearly almost 3 years ago is still in the top rankings as the most played multiplayer fighting game on Sony PlayStation.
Because it's the greatest
Kombat
fighting
X,
game of
really
all
high.
time.
Wow, I'm baffled. Like I really didn't think that Mortal Kombat would get played that much.
right.
Well,
Yeah, that's high as hell.
Yeah, Carlos
Nah.
is the greatest. Mortal Kombat is the greatest fighting game in history.
Of course, man. Come on.
Okay.
Redefined.
See, I wasn't in sick stream where you were with him. 'Cause I think you were sick when y'all was watching the Game Awards. I was with Jay Fonz on the channel here. But what was your reaction to Mortal Kombat 11? I bet your jaw dropped when you saw that.
Oh, I was happy because all these people playing these fighting games, it looks like a kiddie game compared to Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat they put that made it to the U.S. Congress floor. Street Fighter ain't doing that. the one with that junk, it's just man. Everything after that, it's like zombie games after the second Resident Evil. They're garbage.
Right. Street Fighter tries a little too much to try to mix it up. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem with Street Fighter. They try a little too much.
Yeah, because sometimes you break the mold and you tip your hat and you walk away. Mortal Kombat did that. So it's everything else has copied Mortal Kombat. Now, I'm not here to say those games aren't good, but compared to Mortal Kombat, they garbage. So.
I mean,
we'll most certainly get there. Xbox 448. Right now we're using Hangouts, but we'll most certainly transition to OBS eventually. We'll transition. I know Nancy's getting that Negan DLC, aren't you not? For Tekken.
Nancy,
is she there? She probably stepped off. But who's getting that DLC for Tekken for Negan? Y'all getting that?
You can't hear me?
I hear you now.
I said yes.
I mean, we just got the Whisperers and the series. I mean, come on. I mean, I know you getting it. Why would you not get it?
The fighting game.
Right.
As long as it's good, except for Street Fighter.
Everybody's skipping Street Fighter. Everybody's skipping Street Fighter. All right. Yeah. Now this is where business, I guess you can say, really does thrive, and where Microsoft really did, despite not really dropping that many crazy bangers, compared to Sony, which is pretty evident, they still made headlines. Phil Spencer is on the People of the Year 2018. He actually made the list. He actually made the list because he actually helped turn the Xbox division around. It went from being a laughing stock and becoming a joke, so to speak, to actually becoming more relevant, and more people are talking about Xbox. Xbox has received a lot of more positivity throughout the time, throughout 2018, and Game Pass is most certainly a big contributor of that. So. Regardless if you like Phil Spencer or not,
I thought he made it for other reasons, but
regardless if you hate him or not, Phil Spencer most certainly did deliver. He did deliver. You gotta give due props. He did deliver. With Xbox.
I mean, he had to do a hard job, which is when
clean up somebody else's mess.
Boss, when your new boss looks at all your divisions of his new company that he's in charge of, and he calls you in the office and says, "Come here, son. All these other divisions are in the green. You're in the red. You better fix this. Now get out of my office." And he had to do a hard job. So, I mean, he had to do a hard job.
It's got to be the biggest embarrassment of all time. I'm sorry. Like, I liked his philosophy a little better because he was more aggressive in terms of pushing like studios, but he wasn't good in terms of PR in the PR department. He didn't know how to talk to people. He didn't know how to sell the product. He just didn't. He didn't come off natural.
He knows how to talk. He lies, just like all politicians do.
Nah. If you compare him to, like, if you look at all his interviews in the past, and then you look at the Xbox One reveal, you see quite a trend here. Like, he never really comes off as genuine. It's always like he's just reading off the teleprompter.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't seem like he's genuine. And that smirk that he's got on his face all the time. When somebody is always smiling, you know something's up. Something's up. If you're always smiling,
Yeah, I still remember when he came out on stage when they first showed the Xbox One. I know y'all remember in the chat when he said, "Yes, the #1 platform where you can get all your Call of Duty DLC and all that." I'm like, bro. Really? Really? He said that to start, like, really? Come on. This announce the console. Get to the console. And this man, I mean, he telling you to buy everything except the console if you don't have an internet connection. I mean, come on, that's not how you talk to people.
Well, he told the truth.
He did, but still, like, you could at least, I don't know, mix it up.
Can I just say something? I think people give Don Matrick a really hard time over that one screw up. Do you know how much good he done for 360 from the beginning of its life? Like, Grand Theft Auto 5, Grand Theft Auto 4, the day Peter Moore lift up his shirt sleeve and you could see the tattoo coming to Xbox 360 with the 1 year DLC exclusivity. Do you know who that wasn't? Peter Moore that arranged that. That was Don Matrick that arranged that. Yeah. All the revisions of the Xbox 360 where they made it a smaller version and it was black and it was more reliable. That was Don Matrick that changed all that around.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I
true.
think he gets judged on that screw up with the Xbox One launch when you can't really judge the whole man's career. It's unfair, isn't it, to judge him on that one screw up?
Yeah, it's just
The
I
man-
don't know. Not my thing with him. It's just that I don't know. He just doesn't seem like. I don't know, man. When it comes to interviews and him talking about consoles and just the future, the dude, I don't know. It's like half the time he acts like he doesn't know what he's talking about. And he's just reading off a teleprompter. That's how I feel with dude. I mean, I respect what he's done for Xbox. He's done a lot for Xbox. The 360.
My favorite was Jack
amazing.
Tretton. Jack Tretton was my favorite person.
Oh,
him and
everybody
that
loved
guy
Jack.
Jack Tretton and Butler, the Butler guy that done the adverts for PS3. You know, the one who pretended to be the CEO, Kevin Butler. That was the best advertising period for PlayStation ever. When they got Kevin Butler and Jack Tretton used to come on at E3 and start talking about PS3's new games like Last of Us come in, and you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, it was a shame when he left, man. I miss Jack Tretton, he was a nice personality.
I mean, at least he got what he said he wanted when he left. He said he wanted to get a little redemption from the PS3. And he got that for sure with that whole E3 2013 when they announced they're not doing DRM and all that. Like he had that.
Oh, that was Jack Tretton. Who was the guy that announced the price of the PS4?
That was Andrew House.
Yeah, that's the guy that they need to keep around. Whatever he wants, they just need to give it to him.
He's retired. He's been with the business for.
But he's not doing the announcements. I hope he announces PS5 because the way he went out there and announced PS4, it was just kind of an in-your-face. We know this is the better device. It was a sort of swag that he had when he announced the price of that machine. Like, yeah. We got this.
I mean, you think about it. He's been with PlayStation for like when he left. That was 25 years of his life he dedicated to Sony. He, almost 30 years, close to 30 years, with Sony. I mean, he deserved his retirement for sure. And the same thing could be said about Jack Tretton. They all left. They wanted to be, they wanted to leave on high notes.
I'll tell you a story about Jack Tretton.
I was surprised that Adam Boyes left early though. You remember Adam Boyes?
Yeah, but you know why Jack Tretton left? It wasn't because he wanted to retire. It wasn't because he wanted to leave Sony. They weren't going to give it. They refused to give him the money he was looking for. So he started his own company.
Ooh, Jack Tretton or Andrew House?
Jack Tretton left because they had a disagreement over what he should be his salary. That's why he left.
Oh yeah, he needed at least $3
They definitely need to look back into getting him in there for sure. If you would ever consider going back to being,
he didn't want to leave Sony. He didn't want to leave Sony.
Yeah,
he didn't want to leave Sony. He liked his position there, but sometimes you gotta bite the bullet. And if you think you're worth more than they're willing to pay you, sometimes you gotta step.
Yeah, let me build on something Fox said. Let me build on something Fox said about about the guy that Don Matry. He was the guy on stage for Xbox when Kojima walked out there. I'll never forget that moment.
Yeah, he was
they're all. Do you know Shawn Layden hates going up on stage? Someone's mentioning. Yeah, Aloy Corey Price mentioned Shawn Layden. He wasn't too confident at first, but now he's grown into it. But do you know he doesn't like to go up on stage? Yeah, Shawn Layden doesn't like to do it.
You can tell when he first started talking, he was like,
he said it. He said it loads of times. He doesn't like the whole standing up and doing the presentation thing. It's not. He doesn't like it. He just doesn't like doing it.
I mean, you gotta give him props though. He grew into his own, especially with that one particular E3 where they literally didn't show hardly anything. Y'all know what I'm talking about. They showed Days Gone, a new setting of Days Gone. Then they showed the Spider-Man gameplay reveal, a few other reveals like the Shadow of the Colossus, something like that, and then they pretty much left, and that was it. That was their event.
Oh, that was 26. Was that 16?
Was that 16 or 17? I think it was 17.
Okay.
Yeah, there was a dud one, wasn't there?
Yeah, that was the one. That was the one where he literally came out and said, "Wow, you guys are amazing. Welcome to E3. I'm going to show you guys a few true exclusives, and I'm going to leave here, okay? Here's a few true exclusives."
Yeah, he did say that.
Was like, really?
That was 2016.
Yeah, he just came in with this arrogance / swag and left the stage. Like, come on. Like, damn. Like, he grew into his own.
Spider-Man. Like, here's another exclusive, another true PlayStation
just taking jabs, low-key. That man was low-key taking jabs and just like walking out. Like, oh, man. No shame. Man. Boy.
But Peter Moore is the best for me.
So yeah,
in terms of Xbox, not Sony. Forget Sony. Let's go back to Xbox. Peter Moore was the best stage. He was natural on the stage. Liverpool guy from England, right? ended up being
Right.
ended up going to Liverpool Football Club and sitting on the board. You know, he went to EA. Like that guy's got charisma. He
Yeah.
really hyped up E3 for Xbox 360 while he was there.
And when they announced the Guitar Hero Beatles, and he got the two of the Beatles up there to sing, that alone was phenomenal. That I left after that. I'm like, all right, I quit. I mean, there's two of the Beatles singing.
That's a lot of money, boy.
live.
That's
Yeah,
a big check. That's a big check right there.
Yeah, I'm sure they cut a nice juicy one. So yeah, but now Sony, first remember, Sony ain't got no games. They're not gonna be at E3. And the same people, again, that's what I said, man, these cats, man, they like they biscuits buttery. The same people, they then turn around and they say, well, Sony's being arrogant. You know, first they're scared, but now they're arrogant. Which one is it? Like I said, that's when you're all's biscuits, man. They just too buttery, man. That's why I can't do no Xbox podcast.
I mean, I had a good talk with King David. Shout out to him in the Iron Lord podcast. But I had a talk with him on Scumcast. He brought up a good point. We all pretty much like had a good discussion about this. But if you think about E3, who's the main one who goes like over the top and buying like like showroom space and goes all out for presentation? It's usually Sony. They buy the most space. They go with these over the top interests for each particular game. I mean, you guys remember the opera? They had like the damn not the opera, but the actually it was orchestra. The orchestra for one of their events. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. That was one of the best, show they had.
Not anymore. Those are the good old days. Sony's taking a different direction now.
They're pretty much done. Well, I don't think it's done. You know what I think it is? I think they're saving funds. I really do think they're saving funds. I think they'll be back.
Let me give you a joke. Sony's going so low key. They're going to announce PS5 on the gamer couch.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh Lord, he's doing no. But
they're budgeting so hard.
It's gonna happen. Something in one way, be shown. But man,
I do feel sorry for that one young man. He's got that PlayStation. Robin Gaming. That when PlayStation said we're not going to E3, his first video after that, it was full of hope. Oh no, they're going to show the PS5 in 2019. It's coming in 2019 because if you do a centrist podcast and who you base it on or around is pretty much saying we're not going to really do anything. I feel bad for people like that. That's no shot at him. He seems like a cool cat. But
he's cool. Yeah, I talked to Robin.
Yeah, I feel bad for cats like that because that was funny. That podcast after they said they're going to E3, he was in full panic mode.
Yeah, Robin's cool. Nah, Robin's a cool dude. They sent him a custom. They sent him that new PS, that 500 mil PS4. So he ain't worried about
cool
it.
too.
Yeah, he got sent that courtesy of Sony. Trust me, Robin is fun.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you didn't know that? Robin got sent the 500 mil PS4.
Now somebody said we won't give Xbox credit for anything.
For getting that.
Not cloud gaming, not being the first 4K console. Well, we can't because the Pro was doing 4K before the Xbox was. Now, if you want to talk about 4K Blu-ray, Ultra Blu-ray, fine. Right. Not even games or even for 60 million Xboxes sold. Okay. Well, anybody want to take that one on? Because he disliked the video.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is, we're in one of the best times of the year. It's, Christmas time. And Sony thought they would, give us one last Christmas gift before we get close to the end of the year. And that was this crazy teaser for the PlayStation 5. Now, basically, this is if you guys want this theme for your PS4, what you got to do is you got to go on your PS4, make sure you got the email that's linked to your PS4, and then go to that particular email, and you'll have it. It'll be sent to you. It's already there. You just got to redeem it. But this is courtesy of PlayStation. This is their new theme, and it clearly tells you right there that PlayStation 5 is indeed, here. It's going to be shown in 2019. That's going to be one of their main highlights. 2019.
Where does it say that at?
Right there.
Right to the S. You see where it says the S? It looks like a 5.
Right there.
Oh, you're not going off of that. Come on now. That's hard. Oh my God. I'm waiting
They'll
for
start
the
calling you Jack
reveal, and you
Reacher.
tell me it's the S.
Ain't gonna say you go over that. Come on.
It was worth a shot.
Hold on, what's it say
Something like
that?
that, something like that. But let me address something real quick, ladies and gentlemen. You know I like to get at these trolls every single time that I see them. All right, White Knight, I'm gonna read you out some numbers that you might not even like. 24 million, 84 million, and 40 million. That's the whole entirety Xbox console sold in its lifetime cycle. That's all I have to say. Let's move on to the next topic.
What are you talking about?
Hold on, go back to
you
that.
arguing with somebody in the chat? Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I want to see the thing where it says PS5 because this.
Oh,
this
you
is
didn't.
like
You didn't. Oh, you didn't
I didn't
see.
see it. Well, no, because this reminds me of the people in the Marvel community that are trying to decipher if Ant-Man is time traveling in the Avengers trailer that just came out.
They tell you. They tell you right here. Just look at the tweet. Hold on. Let me bring it back up. I actually closed it. Hold on. Okay. So let me bring this full screen again for everybody. Hey, Matt, you still there?
Meds.
Yeah.
He's
Make
trying
sure you ain't fall asleep again. Make sure you stay here.
Quiet.
Brother. Okay, it tells you right there. Hold up. Look at the S in holidays. Now look at the S in PlayStation. Okay, see the S in holidays?
Hold on. Let me go to
Yeah,
live.
for sure.
Okay, see the S in holidays right here on screen. See the S?
No.
Yeah,
It's on my screen. It's on the screen.
I'm on the screen. Look at the S in
You don't see me
holidays.
presenting the screen? You don't see me presenting the screen? On PC?
All right, now you hold it there. Now, where's this? That's an S
So
on
what's that
holidays.
supposed to tell us, though? That it's going to be shown off in 19? We already knew that.
Exactly. They're
Hold
teasing
on,
it.
the PS. Where's the 5? Are you saying there's a 5?
Right here in the next one on PlayStation.
right at the end of the S.
See that?
No. I mean, I don't.
It's on screen. It's on screen. That's an S. I mean, that's a 5. That's not an S.
Oh, okay. I see.
No,
come
no,
on,
you
guys.
got to show the PlayStation one so you can see. There it is. There. Screenplay and
Come
patient.
on, man. Oh, I see now.
Let me find out. I gotta turn it abstract for Craig here. You can't see it.
No, I see it now. Come on, man. They're gonna start calling you Jack Reacher.
Craig is staring at it Craig is staring at it like it's a Vincent Van Gogh.
He was
what is
looking
it?
at it all cross-eyed, like, where's it at? Where's the 5?
Yeah, where's
It's
it?
right
We're
there.
looking for a
You got
5.
the mouse on it. It's right there.
Hey, man. Listen, all we know is the only thing that we know is that Sony is coming with an emphasis on doing a repeat of what they did with this gen alone, giving great games and providing us with stellar content. That's Sony's stellar focus point for next gen. Microsoft, on the other hand, their focus point is more on the game as a service model, and that's about it. That's the way I see next gen as being.
Yeah, any one of y'all lovely people in the chat to timestamp that for me, so I can watch that again and laugh. I'm saying I'm gonna bring that up next time. Next time.
Well,
I'm bringing that up. I'm bringing that up. I'm being in the comments. I'm like, hey, Craig, do you see the 5? I'm bringing it up every time.
Yeah, well, I saw it. I don't make my.
Craig, do you see a 5?
I'll make sure to remind Craig every time I hit the 5 laps in Gran Turismo Sport when we doing the smoke out again.
Oh well, hey, I was winning that one race, so I don't want to.
How old is PlayStation 4? How old is PlayStation 4?
About close to 5 now. After
it's 5 years old, so maybe that 5 just signifies its 5th anniversary, just like Blue Hizomi in the chat says. Laugh my ass off. It's just a 5-year anniversary for PS4.
Oh God,
maybe.
Here we go.
That could be
Here we go. Yeah, new consoles around the corner. Oh, it's a 5-year anniversary. Okay.
Okay.
That reminds me of if I were winding the clock back, that reminds me when The Last of Us first came out before it was remastered. You guys remember in that one particular part of the game where you're in the abandoned town, you're close to the record store where Ellie, touches the records and started giving you a little dialogue. You guys remember there was a date on the sign, yeah, and that sign ended up being the actual release date.
That didn't pan out as the release date.
That was the reveal for the 20th, the February 20th conference. That's what that was. It wasn't the actual PS4 reveal, but it
So
was
does the P mean PAX? Does the P in the PlayStation thing mean PAX? Because plus Sony's going to be at PAX South. I mean, are we going to go there with it?
Y'all trip today. Shout out to AC. That's the first timer. Hey, thank you for the super chat, my brother. He said, great podcast. Bottom line, Sony's worst in terms of sales was Microsoft's best. Games matter, and your presence worldwide matter as well. Microsoft struggles as both. That is very true. Thank you so much for your super chat. Thank you. Scrolling down. Okay. But y'all crazy today. Everybody wants to be like, oh no, I don't believe it.
I just don't.
I should make like 9 videos after the stream's over.
Yeah, Sony walks out there on stage and says, our console is going to release on this date, and then here's the capabilities. I'll be the first to talk about it, but I'd rather talk about Days Gone and MLB The Show and probably the Judgment game that's coming out from Japan.
Hopefully that doesn't get delayed.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Could get delayed.
All right. Let's see here. I got another one here. This was actually a pretty fun one. I actually was going to make a video about that, but I kind of stopped. Surprised Foxy didn't make a video about this. Did you hear about this? I'm going to put it on screen.
What's that?
Putting it on screen now. I'm surprised you ain't make a video about it or talked about it. What's happening here? Did you see this?
Oh, wow.
Did you see that, Foxy?
Sony hologram controller patent details a high-tech gaming device.
Yeah. Now I already read this to save you guys the trouble. Yes, this is a patent for a hologram type thing for the PS5 controller or a new controller. But they also talked about this possibly just being an add-on for a controller that you can put in, and it will actually project the image on the wall.
That won't launch a PS5 as a controller.
Yeah, it won't. That's
That'll
not
put
even
the price right up.
PS5 controller, but
That'll make the price so ridiculously expensive. They might as well put a Kinect in there.
You know what's crazy about that, and very reminiscent of it too? That actually goes back to the 360. That's actually a nice little tie back to the 360. Does everybody in the chat remember the Illuma room?
Yeah, I remember that.
Remember the Illuma room that was supposed to be tied with the Kinect?
Yeah, I do remember that.
That's a very interesting tie to the whole Illuma room. That's basically what that controller patent kind of goes back towards. The Illuma room.
Remember Milo and Kate? What happened to that? I'm still waiting for those damn kids.
Milo. Yeah, what happened to those damn kids?
Milo, you remember that? Oh man,
I do remember that shit.
Well, he still ain't done his homework.
Yeah, probably not.
Let's do it.
Oh man.
All right. Getting down to a few other ones here. This is involving Death Stranding. Now, we got a former Silent Hill team member joining Kojima Productions. This individual worked on the Silent Hill game before it was canceled. He is now officially back with Hideo Kojima at Kojima Productions, and he actually got a chance to talk to Norman Reedus. When he was talking to Norman Reedus actually said the following things about Death Stranding. He said, one, it's epic, and he said it's mind-blowing. It's one of those games you definitely got to look forward to. What you guys got to say about it? Are you guys still hyped for Death Stranding? Even though we have not seen no boss battles or anything in that nature, the game still is intriguing as hell. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nah, it's Kojima, man. What do you want, man? It's
He also
Kojima.
said
How can
the
you not
game
be
is
excited?
future and incredible. That's what he also said as well, to add on to that, by the way. But that's what
I'm looking forward to it. He's managed to do what a lot of movies can't do, which is build hype without giving away a whole lot. I mean, he's been really good at that. So I'm excited for it. I certainly hope it pans out for him.
Okay, for sure. See, I'm happy for it. I'm I'm mad about the only gripe I have with Death Stranding, that scene with Troy Baker when we first saw Troy Baker. Like his character,
Troy Baker?
Troy Baker's character with the skull mask, the gold skull mask, and he made the demon rise from the water, like the lake, whatever. My only gripe with that whole scene is that we did not see how the actual battle would go, like in terms of him shooting at it and how the elements work. You know what I'm saying? Like, is it a one-hit kill type of thing? You know what I'm saying? That we didn't get to see nothing like that. I really want to see how that type of stuff plays into the game, because so far we have seen him, the character walking around the world, traversing certain planes and climbing and whatnot, right? And he also did a few stealth type things. So he was like trying to avoid the little shadow creatures. That's basically it. We never saw him actually like in a boss battle sort of thing. That's the only thing I was looking at. I was like, I get it's a teaser, but I want a little bit more out of that, you know?
Do you know what I got from it?
Yeah.
I think it's either like a futuristic UPS, FedEx kind of guy delivering live human organs wrapped up in some kind of heat resistant kind of foil type thingy. And there's a cure for something. You got to get from point A to point B, and along that journey, it's a bit like, you know, the journey that Horizon Zero Dawn takes, where you go through a journey to get to the other side of the map, right? In order to find out what's inside that mountain and know what your origins in the game. That's Horizon Zero Dawn, right? No spoilers, but that's Horizon Zero Dawn. Everybody knows that. Maybe this game is like that. It's a journey through so much different terrain, and you have to deliver this thing. And there's so many things that's stopping you along the way. Bosses, spirits, all kind of strange graphical visual spectacles, but that's the main essence of the game. Perhaps it's really, as maybe we're all overthinking it, it might be just as simple as you are on a delivery mission. And it's a human body part, like you're delivering Ellie in The Last of Us as the cure. It's a journey, and you got to make sure you get to that destination. Maybe that's what it is.
Oh, is that what we were doing with Ellie? I just thought we were taking her on vacation.
You were taking Ellie, right? To you. That's the whole. Look, it's not a spoiler now because The Last of Us came out in 2012 or something. I don't know. But obviously, Ellie is the cure, right? So you have to transport Ellie across various regions, and perhaps, you know, this is just an open world version of that Death Stranding, where you're in an open world across. Because if you look, his toenails and all that, seems like he's been traveling and his toenails start bleeding and he picks his toenails off in the trailer.
Broken nail function.
Right, because he's traveling for days, like weeks, months, across different terrain, rough terrain, through water. And they show it in the trailer and he's clearly delivering something.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Well, I learned 2 things tonight. So PlayStation 5 is coming out next year and Ellie's a cure. Cool.
Oh my God.
I didn't know that.
Well, you didn't know Ellie was the cure.
Something was going on because come on. I mean, I'm sure that no, I thought something was going on with her because they said, like, didn't she get bit and she just got a bruise or something like that?
So
I just know
her blood is the antidote in it because she didn't change.
Okay. Like, all I know is that she likes tongue kissing women, so she can be the cure all she wants to. So that's the way it should.
Oh, you had to go there, Craig. Come on now.
Well, I like that girl. That takes a woman with guts.
Listen, if you carry on, Craig, someone might turn up and it'll be your turn this week.
Oh, yeah.
Man. Not like this, people. Not like this.
No politics.
Somebody cue the white flag.
The white flag has been...
got that now. Okay. You're right. Everything I said. Forgot all about that, man. Shit.
The white flag has been raised, ladies and gentlemen. The white flag.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you complete and total silence.
I didn't know. I mean, you're right, Fox. You're right. I didn't even think about it like that. I forgot. Yeah. No, Nancy, you're right. She wasn't, because they were going to do something at the end at a hospital, right? Yeah. I thought they were just going to take her blood, or because you don't need to murder somebody to get an antidote. You just synthesize.
No, they was gonna dissect her and then take all the organs and then.
They wasn't going to take the organ. They was going to take her brain. Her brain had a quadricep that was mutated.
Yeah.
Okay, I see now.
Yeah, they had to remove her spinal cord from the brain, and that means that she's like.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah,
she's worse than Stephen Hawking's ever was if she's in that position.
Yeah, well, they cut that guy's head off in that Wolfenstein game, so yeah, anything's possible, I guess. So
Yep. But it was basically Ellie or the world, and we chose Ellie, and now we got part 2.
Which is fun. Yeah, which I'm excited.
I'm just glad that Joel is still in the game, like, because I don't know how the dynamic between them was so good in the first game. Like, I was worried that it's just gonna be Ellie.
Yeah. There's too many theories about Joel though in it though.
That he's dead and he's coming back in her mind, like talking to him in her mind.
I hope not.
Don't die yet. He had 20 years left in him, man.
I mean, he's what? How old was he? What? He was in his
He was
mid
50. He
50s
was like
when he
50.
first ran into LA. Now
Sully,
he's like
listen,
past the 60s.
Sully's in his late 60s and he runs around with Drake. So let's have
Yeah.
Joel living a bit longer.
Okay, but Uncharted wasn't really realistic in that regard.
Yeah.
Well,
And how old is
they're all
Ellie
video
in this
games.
new game?
You're right. You make them
How
up
Ellie
as you
is
go
like
along, innit?
what?
They're video games.
20? Is she like 20 right now in the game?
Yeah,
Ellie?
I
Something
didn't
like
know
that.
Yeah, she's like 20 now.
Yeah,
She
she's
was-
not that much
she was
older anyway
14.
because she was 14. Yeah, so she's
Yeah,
only
she was
added
14 in the
6
first
years
one.
in the game. So Joel shouldn't be too old.
Yeah, he's like 60.
Yeah.
He was 50. He was in his late. He was in
Yeah,
his late.
he's
to
still
mid-
fit enough to run around and chop some heads off.
Yeah, I mean, he's still. Yeah, that's if he's still alive. I mean, yeah, true.
I mean, look at Sully. Sully, very old guy. He could still.
She's 22. That's what Spartan said. She's 22.
Okay.
But
Well,
I
I
hope
mean,
Joel-
I like The Last of Us.
I don't mind if
Oh, wait,
Joel
fuck.
dies in the game, but I don't want him to be dead from the beginning. I'd rather
Yeah.
he dies throughout the game, but I don't want it to be like they fool us at the end that we thought Joel was alive all this time. You know, like it was like the Sixth Sense of Bruce Willis. Like you didn't know he was dead until the end. Like, do you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
I
Oh
figured
man,
it
yeah,
out quick.
crazy twist. Yeah.
Yeah, I figured that out earlier, but yeah, you're right. A lot of people didn't see that twist coming, Todd.
Because it's
Yeah.
too obvious.
I thought
If
I
we
figured
start the
it
game
out
and
until he
he's dead.
broke the glass, the window when he saw his girl with the other guy. I'm like, oh, okay, maybe he's not that. And then no, he did. He is indeed dead, and he did that. So
Remember, he can
Maybe
never go
Ellie has
down
to kill him.
the steps. Yeah,
maybe
Ellie's
Ellie
gonna
has
do
to be the
something.
one to kill him. Maybe he turns and Ellie has
Yeah.
to kill him, just like Lee in The Walking Dead. Remember Lee and that little girl, Chloe?
you
yeah.
mean Clementine, yeah.
Clementine.
She had to kill Lee in the episode season 1. She had to kill him,
In the
right?
last one,
Yeah. Well, technically, no, she didn't even have to. Like, it was up to you. You could have left, or you could have killed him.
Yeah, but either way, he's dead.
Nah, but
right?
you gotta
So
do it.
it was more
Yeah, either way.
merciful that it's more merciful that you spent all this time with him, that you should be the one to put him out of his misery. So it might be like that in The Last of Us, where he turns in the game and take me out, Eddie. I don't want to live like this.
You
I mean, hey,
promised.
if it does come down to that, I hope they don't throw it like all out, like all of a sudden, like they did with. Y'all remember Sam, the two brothers in the first one,
Yeah.
where his
No.
brother was, we didn't even know. He was,
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that right there caught everybody off guard. You're like, wait, he was bit? When was he bit? And she was bit, but that type of thing.
Was that the woman?
It was the two brothers that you run into in the the first one, the one that saved
Okay.
you.
It's
Jazz,
been a while since I played it.
how many
Yeah.
credits have we got, Jazz? We need more credits if we're going to get across the border, Jazz. How many more credits have we got? I killed about 4 zombies on the way.
Stupid.
What was the other one? You brought up The Walking Dead. See, I'm mad about The Walking Dead because we're not even gonna get the final episode. That's heartbreaking. I really wanted to see the last
Game or the TV show?
the game. We're not gonna get the
Oh,
last.
Now they're making it now.
Nah,
Yeah,
they're
they
kind of not. It's kind of done. They're not talking.
Oh, yeah?
Ryan, you ain't my daughter, and I damn sure ain't your dad, and we're going our separate ways. Jim.
Nobody's giving up on me except for you.
Now, let's not get all hasty and whatnot.
It is over, Tess. That shit. That movie. Damn, it's crazy. All right. Do I have any other news? Yes, I do. This is the last one. I think I gotta go through it. But this is where a lot of speculation is going around for PlayStation games on Xbox, according to a job listing that Sony is doing. Now, according to the job listing, Sony is most certainly looking for, and I quote, a new what was it? Software engineer? That's what they're looking for? Is it for a software engineer? Hold on. Let me go through the rest of this. Okay. Yeah, looking for a software engineer. And the listing goes as follow. It confirms that Sony is taking steps to ensure a smooth cloud gaming and online experience for its users. The company is looking for an extremely experienced cloud gaming engineer to implement content delivery network systems, which should take part of the processing strain of the hardware itself when playing games online or in the cloud. This may be where the PlayStation 5 is going. AMD president and CEO Lisa Su already confirmed in an interview with Jim Cramer that AMD is working with Sony on the secret sauce that will make the PS5 tick. She wasn't very subtle about it moments later, and throughout the interview, she claimed that cloud computing and cloud gaming will be a priority and that they're working with not only Sony but also Microsoft to make most of that technology. What does this mean for you and me? Well, it's still a mystery. We could see a PS5 with no disk drive. We could see a next generation console that requires a decent internet connection to plug in to fully enjoy. We could also see a PlayStation capable of running games that high-end PC gamers would drool over, which that's kind of pushing it. But that's what they're looking for. That's what they're working on. And a lot of people are speculating that, PS5 games are going to be on Xbox. What do you guys?
Boy.
Yeah.
Cloud gaming becomes standard. Gaming is dead, boy.
You have what you have is a desperation. This is a Hail Mary for them. This is it. This is the death blow.
I see a lot of tis confusion.
Yeah, and they're so mad that Phil Spencer said that all games are coming to all devices, which he's right. I mean, that's what they're doing.
$40.
Yeah, I just personally think, in 2014, Sony came out at CES and said, "Hey, we're going to put games on multiple devices." They showed them. Right. It was like TV, stuff like that. But people bitched about it wasn't a very good service. It was so bad that the Xbox community was making fun of it. Fair enough. It wasn't very good. So now here they come back with wanting some people that can come out and fix it. Makes sense to me. But of course they're going to run with it because I know I've won. I stepped on a lot of toes. But everybody knows I'm right. Gears of War and all these games are going to come to the PlayStation on Game Pass. It's just happening. Get over it. It's like the Booty Warrior said. We can do it the easy way.
But I don't think it'll be a download. It'll only be streaming. There's no way you're going to be able to download that.
The day it becomes download on a PlayStation, that'll be the day Sony actually legit signs a contract or something like that to allow them to do that. And actually,
no, but they have to make the game all over again, innit? They have to recode it. Who's going to go through all that?
They're both going to be running the same architecture.
I just need to know
they're going to both be running their own nothing operating systems, though.
Oh, you're right.
I'm telling you, they're going to get around that because they're smart. They both got really good engineers. I just need to know on the Sony gaming pad, do I need to hit the circle to get the saw, or do I need to hit the square? Because to me, I think the square would be better. It feels more natural to me
that will kill Xbox, though. Why would they kill Xbox by allowing you to download the game on a PS5? Why would
it won't kill them? It won't kill them. Just trust me, it won't.
No, they'll make money from software sales, but it will kill the console brand itself. It'll be dead.
How?
Because there's no point buying it. The box, you'll still buy the games. They'll make money on the games, but you won't buy Microsoft's Xbox no more. It'll be dead in the water if you can download games, Xbox games on your PS5 and on the PC and on whatever other devices they put it on, right? Why would you ever buy an Xbox console?
But Fox, there'll still be people whose biscuits are buttery. They're going to get in line.
Yeah, there's not enough of them, though. That's a small group. They need the mass market. Those diehards aren't enough, man. Those diehards aren't enough.
It's a service.
Bro, there's only like 25, 30 million diehards tops. The rest are casuals.
Okay, true enough.
That's not enough.
It's about the service. It's about the services.
There's 10 million people that will guarantee to buy the Xbox Scarlet in the first year. But after that, you need casuals. You need the casuals to start picking it up. The mainstream.
Yep.
But they're all about the service. Game Pass is a service.
Yeah, I get you. That's why it'll kill the Xbox. There's no need to make it anymore because it'll become just a service. So why bother with an Xbox?
Well, because it's people because they want you to play the games on the device that you want when you want.
It's not sustainable. If only 10 million.
We're gonna find out.
10 million. All right, look at consoles, Craig, right? When the Xbox One came out and the PS4 came out, they roughly did between 10, one of them maybe did 15 million in their first year, right? If you carry on that trajectory with all of the early adopters, your base is going to be so small after 3 years, it won't be worth manufacturing the boxes. So it's not sustainable. You need a mass market to sell a console. You have to sell mass market. If you can't do that, then you just become a service and you're available as a service on any platform. There's no point in having your own platform because it's not sustainable.
Okay.
There you go.
Honestly, it's just simple economics. I'm not like acting like I got
No,
inside.
I understand. No, I mean, I get it. I disagree. I think in 18 months, I'll be playing PlayStation, Xbox games on PlayStation, or have that option.
I'm not saying that that will never happen, and that's not a possibility. That's not
I
my.
understand what you're
I'm
saying.
not disagreeing with you. I'm saying if that does happen, let's say you're absolutely right, and in 18 months or 2 years, you can download Xbox games on the PlayStation, right?
Mhm.
Let's say that does happen, and you are 100% right, and bookmark this part of the podcast, right? Save it if he is right. But the thing is, if you are right, then there's no point them manufacturing Xbox consoles. There's
You don't
no
want him to
point.
be right on
That's
that.
what I don't understand. Why not still manufacture an Xbox? Because why? Because you can go somewhere and buy the game.
Well, they're still
That
making
makes-
Xboxes because you really have to buy a decent PC. If you don't buy an Xbox, your only other option at the moment is to buy a decent PC, right? So
still,
it's still a market for
do
the
that.
box. But
Well, they're
once you
gonna-
start having it on everything, even cheap boxes, like come on now.
No, I mean, I'm just, it's happening. Like Thanos told the Avengers, in time, you'll know what it is to lose. So, and this is them moving. Game Pass is a service.
I wouldn't
they're
talk
gonna
about
make-
Thanos that
you
he
know.
got bodied by Darkseid. I'm just saying.
Oh, he did? Oh, okay. That's fine.
As a manufacturer, I just think,
look up
as a
Thanos versus
manufacturer, I
Darkseid.
just think it's unsustainable to have
But
a very
they're
small,
subsidizing
narrow.
their consoles. Are they not?
They can only but listen, this subsidizing thing is like the mobile phone model. Not everyone's gonna want to buy their console that way. Like
I don't disagree with
so
that.
people are conditioned to pick up a cell phone on a contract because it's been going on for so long. But consoles are a
True.
different story. This is an
I agree.
untested. This has not really been tested properly. Yeah, they've dabbled before back in the day with the 360, but it's still not been. It didn't take off. Otherwise, they would have continued with it.
I mean, that's a good point. I'm not saying that that's not true. I like I said, I just it's just I got
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong though. I'm just saying if what happens, if what you say does happen, then that is a nail in the coffin for an Xbox brand box to actually have a box. Because why waste money manufacturing when you can just stick an app on whatever device you choose to have the game downloaded to, as long as it's powerful enough? Why would you bother selling?
It's just Game Pass. I mean, it's not the. I mean, it's. I don't know what else to say. It's a service. It's no different than they want to be the Netflix of gaming. Netflix is on all devices. That's what Microsoft wants. They want to reach 2 billion gamers. I mean, that's their goal. Fair enough. I wish them the best of luck on it. The only way you get into 2 billion is through Sony and Nintendo. That's it. If that's your goal, then you're gonna have to put enough fuel in that rocket to get there. You're not getting there, like you just said, on Fox or Fox on an Xbox. You have to put the services or offer the services somewhere else. Now, whether Sony picks it up, that's a totally different story. But I have a feeling that they will pick it up, and it'll be first party games only, no third party games. And since we had, like, everybody on this podcast saw how thirsty Microsoft was for crossplay, Microsoft could come back and just simply say, hey guys, if we do this, do you mind if we do crossplay with these games? And Sony will say, of course, because Yoshida wants to put up his hand with his PlayStation gamepad, and across from him is a Sony 4K TV, and it says Gears of War. That is the most important thing.
You know more than I do. You know more than me, boy. You know more than me.
Oh man, you guys are.
It's going to be. That's just the way it's got to be. I mean, it's not, to me. It's not bad. I'm not saying this to troll. I mean, it makes perfect sense to me. If I have a service, I want the service to be option to everybody, not just to 5 million. If I'm a developer and I go to Ryan and I say, man, Ryan, I would love to put this game on my platform, and Ryan says, well, you know what? Yet the rival platforms got 20 million more people. What we gonna do about that? You know, and I'll be like, well, I guess if I'll publish it, you give me that. But yeah, we can go ahead and see if this other platform wants that game too.
Yeah, they're gonna outsource because at the end of the day, outsourcing is one of the best ways to expose your product to a multitude of people. I mean, look look at the demographic, man. If you look at the companies that have actually done mergers with each other, look at Metro PCS and T-Mobile. T-Mobile actually bought Metro PCS. What did that do in correlation? It brought more consumers, more customers to Metro PCS, and they're running legitimately on T-Mobile's 4G LTE network, and they have a crap load of people going to their stores, buying the phones, and taking the services. So, I mean,
it didn't Phil Spencer, I'll interrupt you, Carl. Phil Spencer said they have analytical data that shows that more people are trying different games on Game Pass. They have the data. So those developers,
that's a key component. That's a key component to the whole games as a service conundrum that they've been developing for years. This is something that's not new, man. A lot of people think that just because PSN now is doing certain similar things to what Game Pass is doing, this has been going on since the early 90s. A lot of people don't understand that these companies were actually looking into analytic data even before the 2000s. They were looking into things that actually would make people flock to the products. The time that the technology was in the 90s is not as the same as now, but they had the same, idealistic navigation to get to that point where we're at right now, that we are having these new consoles coming in more compact, more powerful, and have a better internet stability, because that was the main problem back in the 90s. We were dealing with kilobit second internet speeds. We're not doing gigabits like how we are now. But everything that was done in the 90s is correlating to what it is being done now.
And let me say this, and I'll rest, and I will rest. Phil Spencer got up in 2015. He took a shower. He went to work, and he came out and gave Xbox the most biggest middle finger and said, "Screw you guys. We're putting our games on PC." And he explained why. The PC market has millions of people that we can reach.
Yep.
So in 2020 to 21, Phil Spencer's going to walk out there. He's going to take a shower. He's going to walk into his office. He's going to place his left hand down, and he's going to jam up his middle finger and say, he's going to say, PlayStation has 100 million users. Nintendo has maybe, at their projection, 42 million users. We not going to turn down that type of scratch. Game Pass is coming. That's because he's already done it with the PC, and people are still going out and buying Xboxes. It won't change because Game Pass, which is a service, will go to other consoles and platforms, just like EA Access. EA Access still exists. It's not on PlayStation. So it's not like EA's like, oh, well, screw this. We don't, no, that's not, it's about the money. The money is green. That's all Microsoft wants. You think Phil Spencer got Time Man of the Year, whatever he got, because he sits on his laurels? No. That man wants to tear down walls. He said it. I'm not fanboying. Go back to the project, was it Project Cloud? xCloud, go back to that announcement and listen to what Phil Spencer said. Media locked behind one device, i.e. exclusives on one device, something that I don't recognize. Wouldn't it be great if you could play Halo and Red Dead Redemption on the devices that you want? I mean, he said those things, so it's over. And Johnny came home.
Let me just get you one thing. We get to this. Shout out to Andrew Wilkins, $5 super chat. He said, Craig, absolutely no PlayStation fan want to play any Xbox games to prove it. Ask people on the planet.
That's not true. That's not true. I'd love to play Halo Infinite and the next year's game on the PlayStation 5. That's not true.
I would love to play some Crimson Skies on the PlayStation.
I I play Forza Horizon on the PS if I could.
Yeah, like there's people got to understand, man. It at the end of the day, Microsoft, the company, is gonna look for what best interest is its revenue and adds more revenue on top of that. It's not gonna. We, the majority of us, the gamers, even the hardcore gamers, are not gonna drive them away from their objective. And Zach Black Rider, bro, the internet was already in effect in the early 80s. What are you talking about? Learn about your history. Moving on. But
Oh
but the
God.
thing but the thing is, right? The thing is this. Everything has a rippling effect, whether it be small or major. And this is something that Microsoft is trying to do, is trying to create a rippling effect that will actually change the outlook of gaming. And that's, I got to give props to Phil Spencer. He's a visionary and he wants to push gaming beyond just the console space. He wants it to be something that everybody can enjoy. And for that, I commend the guy. He's really looking into the future.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. I didn't even know this was true or not. They abandoned the Scalebound trademark. Like,
Yeah.
really? Oh, damn! I
Yeah,
didn't know.
they've always done that.
Oh, they let
They've
that shit
always
die.
I thought they still had it. They just didn't. They just canceled the project. Damn, they got rid of
Yeah, but they patented the name Scalebound. Now PlayStation has their own Scalebound with that thing. That, what do they call it? Project Awakening. That is Scalebound for PlayStation. Same looking, crazy looking guy, some giant monster. It's gonna be the same damn thing. But this other stuff, man, it cracks me up, man. Is how buttery these dudes like they biscuits. It's over. The console war ended when Phil Spencer came out in 2015 and flipped off everybody and said, we're going to PC. It hurt so bad that Megaton News himself canceled his Quantum Break pre-order because they were so mad.
You go into the most extreme person in the Xbox community.
I mean, that's
that, though.
yeah.
Who really?
They're all
who
extreme
really
to me. I don't tell them
gives a
apart.
fuck about-
They're all
listen,
extreme to me.
Is Xbox games okay? Is it really
Hey,
a bad
Forte,
thing if
you're,
Xbox
like, low.
games are good anywhere? Say what?
No, you're low. Let me see if I can turn your volume up. Let me see if I can turn your volume up. You're a little low here.
Yeah. No, I was saying, is it a bad thing if Xbox games go the way of being able to be played wherever the hell you want to play them at? Is that really a bad thing?
I can barely hear him. But if he's talking about, I mean, again, go back to what Phil Spencer, and I don't know who the other two gentlemen were on that announcement for xCloud. Just go back to that and listen to what they said. I don't have to fanboy it up. It's there for
you.
you.
Hear me now?
Say what? Try again.
Better? Is that better?
Yeah, I hear you. Can y'all hear him? Can y'all hear Forte?
I can barely hear. Oh, I got him now.
Okay.
You got him? Okay.
I had to get off my headset. No, but I'm saying this. Me personally, being an Xbox fan, being a person that enjoys Xbox, it appeals to me. I don't care if their games go everywhere. You know why? Because I feel like the more places those games are able to be played, the more people I can play with. I don't mind playing a game on the PC. I'm not one of those fickle Xbox people that say, oh, I have to play on the console. I don't care about the console. The console is just a device to play the games that I enjoy to play them on. You know, just because you enjoy a certain game doesn't mean it has to be tied to that particular platform. Now, I will be the first one to tell you that. Is that a bad thing that they're doing that? It all depends on how you look at it. If you're one of those fickle Xbox people that say, oh, I'm not going to play games anywhere else. I put all this money into this platform to play the games on this platform, then I'm sorry for you, but that's not the way they're going anymore. And if you actually thought that that was going to change over the last 4 years, you're sadly mistaken. And then the whole thing about saying that they need Nintendo and they need Sony to hit 2 billion members or gamers worldwide. If I remember correctly, there's only about 250 to 300 million gamers on this planet that buy consoles. I was listening to Ryan and Fox talk about it the other day. There's a cap on what the console market can do. You know, 250 million consoles sold of 2 billion is only like 14% of the market.
Yeah.
You know, it's not that big. So they're giving up a small portion of the market to hit more people. And, you know, I think the way that they want to go about it is they're pioneering their own way. They're starting to see that Nintendo, the way that they do their stuff, they beat to the drum. They beat to their own drum. They don't care about what everybody else thinks. And I think the one thing that people always got on Microsoft about was they wasn't doing any action. They were all just being very quiet. They wouldn't say anything,
All
being very
PR spins,
defensive,
basically. Right.
not putting no numbers up. So
Right.
now that they're on the defensive, people want to start just downing everything they're doing and saying that it's all a bad thing. So it really just comes down to the type of gamer you are. It sucks if they're doing it and you want those games to be on that platform, but I don't care if they go everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Good point. Good point indeed. Hey, y'all hit that like button. We got over 100 people over here, over 150 people. Hit that like button. Can we get 100 likes on this stream? I'm just saying. Shout out to you guys. You guys are great. Craig, do you have anything you want to say towards that? Because obviously he's aiming that towards you.
Oh no. It's simple. Quote, well, paraphrasing the quote. Wouldn't it be great to be able to play Red Dead Redemption and Halo on the device that you want to play it on? Phil Spencer said that. So if I want to play Halo on my PlayStation, by God, I'm going to do it. And they're going to let me. And it's fine. Like you just said, it's not that big a deal. If Phil Spencer also in that say, let's go to the xCloud announcement. Phil Spencer also says something to the effect of having a game locked behind one media is foreign to him. One media is an exclusive. He wants. He's being Reagan. Tear down this wall, Mr. Gorbachev, and I'm gonna love it. I mean, seeing the evisceration, the total evisceration, it's gonna be like throwing water at the sun with the fanboys. I mean, these cats that want their biscuits are so buttery that butter's gonna melt, and it's gonna be that's gonna be entertaining. I'll be too busy playing to worry about it, and I'll be playing their games on PC anyway, like Fox said.
That's what I'm looking forward to. Games on PC. Let's go.
Yeah, well, they're coming.
Don't worry. He's just now joining that race, by the way, Forte. He's just now getting in there, so
Well, I had to,
What's that rise in CPU sitting in? He still got to sit in the box?
He installed that.
He installed the bad motherboard. You had a bad motherboard.
So it's not sitting on a fucking stool somewhere with a.
It's not on a stool. Nope. It's actually
installed into a fucking motherboard now, right?
But the motherboard was bad.
Well, okay. Question. You said the motherboard was bad. Okay, you said the motherboard was bad. Are you sure you just didn't put too much thermal paste on there and you ruined the motherboard?
I put no paste on there. I was a man. It came with its own paste.
What do you mean, the water cooler?
Well, whatever. It's fine.
A water cooler?
No, it came with the cooler. It came with the Wraith Spire cooler.
Oh,
so all that was fine. It's just when they tested it, it did not boot up correctly. So that's fine. I have another motherboard on the way.
The reason why I asked that, the reason why I said that, because I'm like, you do realize that video from The Verge was not proper, right?
Oh well, yeah, no. I mean, like I said, I did the CPU and the RAM, so I was excited about that.
He put so much thermal paste on that damn chip, like he was icing a cake.
Yeah, I remember y'all showed that. That was pretty bad. Yeah,
that joint is so hilarious.
I don't know why you need the paste, because it had paste naturally with it. It had its own natural. So,
hey, Forte, what did he say? When he used the water cooler, he said all water coolers AIOs come with pre-applied thermal paste, but it's always best to put some more thermal paste on it.
Well, it's not. You need connectivity between the bridges, but
that Verge video. Oh my god,
that man had me rolling. Like, what are you doing?
What are those? Those are not tweezers. Those are not tweezers.
Bro, he was watching that video.
My
man said you need tweezers, and he had a bunch of damn zip ties. Like, what are you doing? Like, what is this video? Put the damn wrong screws in the damn case, and the damn fan wasn't even connected to the radiator. It's like, bro, you just ruined the whole video. Oh, Jesus.
Somebody said put the power supply in backwards. See, I did that. The only thing I did not, again, when they have to load something called a BIOS, it was not booting correctly. So you may have a bad motherboard. So try to get a different motherboard in here. I was like, okay, fine. So shout out to Jeremiah Dixon and the community. They came through for a brother. And so I got a 3. Carlos, the one that I told you about, I got that one. Yeah, it's on the way. It should be here Sunday. So I should be rolling.
Yeah, he's getting
on Friday or Saturday.
Which one are you getting?
He's getting a pretty decent. You'll see. He'll show you when he does the little live. I'm not gonna say.
I gotta tune in. I gotta tune in.
You got
ask me about mine. I have an ASRock Z370 Tai Chi. That's my motherboard. There you go.
Yeah.
Stop rubbing it. Okay.
Just throwing it out there. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just throwing it out there. I'm not out there. All right. Last bit of news, so we can go ahead and get ready to close this out. Thank you guys so much, everybody here. Again, if you guys enjoy the show, hit the like button. Thank you guys for sitting here and joining us. Apple looking into buying Sony Pictures Studios. Now, as you already know, this was a topic I had to bring up because there's a lot of confusion. A lot of people thought Apple was legit going to buy Sony as a whole, and that is not the case. They were actually interested in buying Sony Picture Studios. The reason why they want Sony Picture Studios is because they want the rights to a few particular IPs, such as Spider-Man. Now, for those of you that are scared of the IP when it comes to games, when it comes to the actual games, the games would be fine if they actually lost the right to the actual movies. You know what I'm saying? Spider-Man is split up between movies, comics, and actual games. Sony has the game one on lock. It's not going anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
I don't think they're going to sell this. I don't think they're going to sell the Picture Studios either.
I don't either. It's just a rumor. It's a crazy rumor that's fueled a lot of people in this war. And if it were to happen again, I don't know what people are expecting. You know what I'm saying? If anything, Marvel would just grab Spider-Man immediately and try to probably prolong even more of the Marvel movies. Even though I don't know how they're going to prolong the Marvel Cinematic Universe because we're pretty much in the end game, and after the end game, that's going to be the last chapters for the characters, and that's it.
For some of those characters, but you're seeing the new Avengers, Spider-Man, Black Panther, and Captain. All right, look, this was all started by a bunch of tards over in the comic book world. Let me make this clear. The comic book world, this did not originate from the buttery biscuit eating dudes in the Xbox community. This was a group of guys that are hardcore Marvel fans. They want Marvel to have all IP back into the Marvel family. So
we all do. We all want Marvel to have their IPs back. But these guys, the Fantastic Four, it seems like nobody can get them right.
Well,
nobody can get the Fantastic Four.
They'll probably get them right, but they want it. Let me finish. This is really important. I say this so they start this whole rumor. Well, if Apple or another company buys Sony Pictures, the Spider-Man, like you said, will default back to Marvel. They're correct about that. But
right.
I mean, look, there was nothing reported in the stock reports at all on Sunday about this happening. And remember, Asia's market opens before the U.S. market. So that first indication is a effing lie. Number two, Amy Pascal came out late Monday afternoon and said, Spider-Man, if you look up who Amy Pascal is, if you're a Sony fan, you know who Amy Pascal is. She said Spider-Man is staying within the MCU for the foreseeable future. All of a sudden, the whole rumor thing went away. Now, of course, the people in the Xbox community, they are so desperate for information because they got no goddamn games. They took this, buttered their biscuits with it, and they went with it. And they got squashed immediately. I've never seen so many grown men buck dancing and just buffoonery. I mean, I wonder what that's like to just buck dance for somebody. Master said we getting 4. I mean, business. Master said we getting 4 new consoles, boss. Master said we gonna get this, boss.
God damn.
Oh my God.
Craig always put 5 or 6 of the same people in the corner.
I ain't never seen nothing like this. If these brothers was on the Titanic, They would have stayed. You got one brother talking about, I'm going to go down with a ship. Why does it have to be a black man go down with the ship? Get off the ship. I never seen nothing like it before. It's buck dancing. I mean, it's pathetic. I mean, this ain't getting We're gonna get this game, boss. We gonna get Crackdown 3, boss. Crackdown 3 got destructible thing, boss. Master says we're gonna get this next year. Master said we're gonna do this. Master said we're gonna have 4K 60 on the screen. Master says Anaconda coming. That's what they sound like.
I mean,
Buck dancing, nasty Negroes that like they biscuits buttery. That's it. That's
God.
What do you want them to do, though, Craig? I mean, what do you want them to talk about?
Well, it would be nice if they talked about,
be real, man. Be honest and be real. That's it. Just just let them know you're not satisfied.
Well, it's the same thing. Master said we're going to have 1080p 60 on Assassin's Creed. Master said we're going to have come on.
I can't do it. Cook is killing me right now, yo.
We still waiting for that 4K 60. Ain't we?
Well, Master said that's what they're gonna have, and they
Jesus Christ!
Say that shit, fucking somebody else said that shit, bro.
Well, everybody knows that he said that.
Oh gosh.
God, you laughing, man.
Oh my God.
Oh man.
Craig,
Are we talking about Xbox or are we bashing Xbox fans? What's going on here?
I don't know.
Come back. I was on the phone. I missed
I don't
everything.
know.
I'm not bashing the Xbox. My Xbox, I had a great experience. I'm still waiting on, what did they say last year?
Sometimes I think you ain't it.
Well, no, sometimes, I mean, what was it last year? Master said that they was going to have PUBG.
Oh my God.
Oh man, what is going on here? Did I fall into an episode of The Roots?
Oh God, let me get to this. By the way, Craig, did you see the Spider-Man Homecoming Noir suit?
Yes.
Did you see that? That was leaked for the new movie. Tom Holland was wearing the Noir Spider-Man suit.
Wow, they canonized that in the Spider-Verse. They canonized the Peter Parker suit he got with the white spider. That's been canonized.
Oh
yeah.
wow!
I don't want to give nothing else away. That's a cool movie. You should go check that out over the Christmas holiday.
I definitely want to. Like everybody keeps telling me, it's great. So I definitely gotta check that out. But that Tom Holland in that Norse suit that's on the picture, just look it up, guys. It's already leaked. It's on Google. But check it out. Literally, Tom Holland in the Norse suit looks dope. Heck, I appreciate.
And look, guys, the ponies do it too. What's that amazing Lucas? He was on there, man, going off like a 15-year-old kid, not understanding that
about the Spider-Man
the Raimi suit. Yeah, the Raimi suit was always coming. They were just under an NDA. They could not release that because they would also had to release the soundtrack. The soundtrack you get in the new DLC is Elfman's original soundtracks.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like, shout out to Amazing Lucas, but man, that man, when something happens, he never owns up. He never owns up. He's like, "Oh, what you guys thought I was going to apologize? Oh no."
Well, they came out.
The suit is official. If you guys have Spider-Man for the PS4, an update did happen. The Sam Raimi suit is indeed in the game. You can now play that, as Spider-Man, but they're also having the new DLC, the new story DLC, which is going to drop in a few days. So look forward to it. It's going to be a busy day for Spider-Man. That's the last expansion, so I'm definitely going to be streaming that when I get on it. But shout out to Harry Heck. Remember, God of War on PS Now will still be more game of the year than Red Dead Redemption 2 playing on Windows 10. Great show, people.
I don't know about that.
Boys, we're going to war, boys.
Going to war for game of the year. Red Dead 2 was good, but I mean, I still love my God of War, but I already know Forte is going to say Red Dead.
No, man. I'm not going to lie. When that shit won, the way those awards were falling, I was like, Red Dead, there's no way Red Dead going to lose this. So my jaw dropped when they did win. God of War did win. But I was super happy because
I thought they were going to win when they sung. You remember that song, "Stand Unshaken"?
Yeah, exactly. So
I was like, okay, maybe, just maybe, this is a little too foreshadowing that Red Dead might walk away with all the gold, and it's like game of the year, boy. We're here.
I think
that was great when he said that.
I think if the votes were cast, 20% of the vote would have changed right at that moment when he said, "Read it, boy."
Yeah. That was a great part. That was probably one of the best parts of that.
I think Jeff Keighley, he deserves a little props this year. He did good Game Awards. It wasn't bad.
Yeah, but it was a great show. But the one thing I will agree with you on one thing, Craig. When it comes to the games, Xbox, it has games. It just doesn't have the games that appeal to a lot of people. But the one thing that's missing is, I think it's just as many people playing games now as it was in the 7th gen, but the only difference is the reason there's such a disparity in the sold system amount is that 40 to 60 million people that bought Xbox Ones or Xbox 360s back in the day, like all those PlayStation 3 fans that had both systems, they didn't buy the system this time around. I think Xbox is about right where it usually is in its like, I want to say in this overall sell base when it comes to like their hardcore base. That 40 million sold is about what I think they're going to cap out at. They did so well last generation. Of course, they had the 1-year lead, and then on top of that, they had compelling games, and the games ran better on that system.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of PlayStation people bought the system last time, and we didn't see the same results this generation. So people, when they say, I'm not going to play no Xbox games, PlayStation games are more superior, yeah, you might be right, but guess what? As soon as Microsoft, if they drop compelling games, you're going to go out and buy both consoles all over again because we're all about being about games and shit. So people saying that shit need to shut the hell up because all it takes is 1 or 2 games to be on a platform to make you want to play it, and we'll see a split year like we did in the 7th gen if Microsoft does what they're supposed to do.
Oh no, boss! That's not what Master says. Master bought us 8 new studios, boss. Master gonna take care of us. We don't need games on that boss. What do you mean? What you talking about? Master good for us, boss. We don't need anything like this. Look at all these controllers you got here, boy. Look at all this over here.
You remember that joint from Malcolm X, the movie with Denzel, and he was like, "What's the matter, boss? We sick? We sick? Are you just
we sick? That's the way they talk." What do you mean? We need games.
Yeah, let me do one.
The way you sound, right?
Greg, let me do one. All these controllers, games. What's better than what we got right here? Why you leaving, boy?
Not only that, for a limited time only, you can get the greaseless controller and a little bit of extra barbecue sauce on the side with some buttery biscuits, and then you can upgrade for a small additional charge. You can upgrade to 2 months of Xbox Live as well. Get her done.
Master said DRM is good now. Remember, Master told us DRM is good, so we can't question Master now. That's what they sound like. Now go back and listen to those buck dancing simps and tell me if they don't sound like that.
Boy, hold on,
y'all need your own TV show, like Fox and Craig Morning or something like that. Y'all just do this.
Ryan. Hold on, boy. What you mean you can read? What you mean you mind to play video games? What you mean? Who taught you to play video games, boy? I'm gonna tell you a new one, boy.
Hey, MTL Sniper, I am in my job and I'm actually doing a live stream. So yeah, I have a job. It's just that I'm a passionate gamer.
Master said we don't need no job. So Master gonna take care of us.
Plymouth Rock ain't lying on us. We live in Plymouth Rock.
Oh Lord. Shout out to Samuel. He says, Microsoft, give me the games I want to play. Then it's all good. I'll buy the Xbox.
Master don't need no game.
Oh my God, man. We don't woke up the sleeping giant, man.
Let's go. Let's go. Master has to shut it
Wait
down.
a minute. What you mean your name? What you mean you a free man? Free man? You can't be a free man.
All right. Okay.
Well,
If I may interject
show
here,
that-
if
show-
Master may interject here, the Master has to shut it down. We got to get to the end of the
Master
show.
says
What you
we
mean
gotta
you
go.
gonna shut it
Yeah,
down? We gonna keep this
Master
thing
says
chill.
we
on.
gotta go.
Hey, MTL. As when they start making great games, that's when we'll start talking great things about Xbox. Until then, you got to take the criticism for what it is,
Hey,
man.
Master
Oh,
say no more
I'm
criticism.
not.
We gonna
Hold
talk.
on.
Don't talk.
Hold on. Disclaimer here. I'm not dissing Xbox. I just like doing the accents.
Master say no more accents. We gonna talk.
Actors are fun.
All right, y'all do it. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the RGT Real Gamer Talk episode 41. To everybody who came out to support the channel and the podcast, thank you guys so very, very much. If you guys enjoyed it, hit the like button. I want to say thank you to all of you and Merry Christmas to all of you as well. I hope you all have a blessed one. Enjoy your time with your families. Enjoy, just the little things, and thank you guys for joining us. To this, lovely group of people who are here, my family here, nothing but love here. And we're going to go ahead and get these outros, and we're going to most certainly close the show. I'm going to start with ladies. Nancy.
Hi, everybody. I'm sorry. I'm still laughing. Craig, you're too much. You're too much. Good way to end the podcast, I'll tell you that much. Rolling on the floor. It's a good way to end the podcast. Everybody, hey, this is, Titanfall Princess, TTFP, whichever way to call me. I had a blast. Sorry I didn't talk too much. I had a long day. The holiday coming up. I'm trying to get prepped and I'm exhausted. But I had a great time. Once again, everybody have a great holiday. And on the way out, give the podcast a present. Hit that like button, okay? Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, all y'all.
Absolutely. Mr. Foxy Games UK.
You gotta vote. You gotta vote. You gotta vote. You gotta vote. To vote so you can get your name. So gotta vote and play games, not corporations. Obama out.
Oh, Lord.
He's doing it.
Oh man.
Meds, go ahead, brother.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Hit me up on Twitter at @therealmeds_. Let's play some games.
Absolutely. Forte, even though he came here late, but it's all good. Hey, good to see him again. What's up, brother? Go ahead.
Nah, man, appreciate the invite. Craig, I love you. I love all you guys, man. You crack me up. That's why I listen every week. Hit me up on Gaming Forte at Twitter and Gaming Forte on YouTube if you want to hear some Xbox conversation about stuff that's not involving Phil Spencer's mouth coming up every minute of the day. I understand a lot of people do get tired of that. I try to base my content on everything that's not being said about everything and just try to just break it down to like the basic science of it. So if you want something different, come check it out. Other than that, appreciate the invite as usual.
Craig Harris, aka Master.
What's happening? Thanks for having me. Again, you guys have a great holiday. Check out that Spider-Man DLC if you got it. It's a lot of Easter eggs for the for us big, for the major fans of Spider-Man, the comics and stuff like that. So thanks for having me, Ryan, and everybody have a good, safe weekend and enjoy the time with your family and friends.
Absolutely. Carlos C.
Well, last but not least, always here, repping for everyone. Much love, much peace, much momentous, and God-giving, love sent to everybody around the world on this Christmas holiday. Enjoy your loved ones, just enjoy the holidays, man. And yeah, play some games. Gamer by choice, not by trend. Check me out on my YouTube page if you can, and give me a good shout out on Twitter if you may. And with that being said, we out.
Excuse me, had to do this. All right.
Oh,
yes,
we
are most certainly out. Thank you guys again for joining us. We're closing it down. You guys be blessed, and at the end of the day, be excellent to one another. It's a new year, and we all should be one cohesive unit. You know what I'm saying? We all should be together, enjoying our
Absolutely.
platforms and, of course, our hobby. All right?
One last thing.
What's up?
And we got to look after the Latino community. That's important. We got to make sure the Latino brothers and sisters are
They're trying to give me
well
shit.
taken care of. So
Oye,
Congress,
Montro, ¿qué lo que?
Congress is working on it. Don't worry, we'll build that wall. God damn it.
No.
Oh my God.
Do that.
Guys, we'll see you next
Merry
week.
Christmas, people.
Merry Christmas.
Well, Happy New Year.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Later.